Okay, sorry, let's come back up here real fast. When I substitute for a, what should that a been substituted? It should have been a -1. So that's going to be -4 plus 3b equals 8. Then I'm going to add 4 to each side. Sorry about that. Now you have 3b equals 12. Divide each side by 3. b is going to equal 4. So remember, you're going to put your ordered pair in alphabetical order. So a comes first, so that's going to represent my x. B comes second, so that's going to represent my y. And there's your final answer. All right, let's take a look at the next example problem. So now we're looking at example number 7. Again, your like terms are lined up, so your x's are lined up, your y's are lined up. You have to determine which variable you're going to want to eliminate and then decide how you're going to do that by multiplying each term by a number. So in this one, I'm going to eliminate the y's because all I would have to do is get this y here to a 3. So remember, a variable that's by itself represents the number 1. So I would just have to multiply that variable by 3 to get it to be 3y. So for example, number 7, because I decided to eliminate y's, I'm going to only have to multiply the top row by a number. So I'm going to take 3 and multiply it by each of the terms in my top equation here. My bottom equation, I don't need to change anything because I already have the coefficient 3y. So I have 6y minus 3y equals 12. My bottom equation stays the exact same, 7x plus 3y equals 27. So we just completed step 1, according to our notes. Step 2, I'm going to have to determine if I'm going to add or subtract these two equations in order to eliminate the variable y. For this one, I'm going to add. So 6x plus 7x is 13x. Negative 3y plus 3y, that eliminates. And then 12 plus 27 is going to be 39. To get the x by itself, I'm going to divide each side by 13. Then x is going to equal 3. So then I go back and I substitute to find what the value of y is going to be. So I have 2x, oh, there's my x, so I'm going to substitute a 3 minus y equals 4. Now again, it does not matter if you substitute for your top equation or your bottom equation. 2 times 3 is 6 minus y equals 4. To get the y by itself, I'm going to subtract each side by 6. So now I have negative y equals negative 2. Now to get the y by itself, I have to get rid of this negative sign here. I'm going to divide by negative 1. So then y is going to equal negative 2 divided by negative 1 is going to be a positive 2. So your ordered pair is going to be 3, 2. Okay, let's take a look at our last example problem here. So looking at this last example problem, my like terms are lined up, meaning I have my x's in a line and I have my y's in a line. I'm going to have to determine which variable I want to eliminate. In this case, and again, it does not matter which one you choose to eliminate, it just depends on what work you want to do. This case, I'm going to eliminate the x's because in doing so, all I have to do is multiply my bottom row by 2 to get my coefficients to both be 2's. So I'm going to eliminate my x's. You could also eliminate your y's by making the coefficient a 35, but then that's just a little more work because you're going to have to multiply your top equation by a number and your bottom equation by the number. By eliminating the x's, I only have to multiply my bottom equation by a number. So my top is going to stay the same, 2x plus 7y equals 1. My bottom row, I'm going to change so that my coefficients will be similar so that I can eliminate them. So 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 5y is 10y, and 2 times 2 is 4. All right, step 2 in our notes. Are you going to add or subtract these two equations in order to eliminate the x? Well, 2x plus 2x would be 4x, so that doesn't work. So I'm going to have to subtract. So that eliminates. Then I take 7 minus 10 to get negative 3y. And then 1 minus 4 will also get me negative 3. To get the y by itself, I'm going to divide each side by 3, and y is going to equal a positive 1. Now I need to solve for with the value of x. So I'm going to use my bottom equation, where it's just x plus 5y. So I substitute 1 equals 2. Okay? Draw my line, circle my variable. 5 times 1 is 5. Okay? Subtract 5 from both sides. And have x equals negative 3. So your ordered pair, your x value is negative 3, your y value is 1.